Well, most Indiana teachers are required to renew their teaching license every 5 years, and that entails accruing about 90 hours of professional development during that time frame. The state of Indiana now requiring teachers renewing their license professional growth points as well. TechPoint Foundation for Youth is there to help the process, specifically through its state robotics initiative. In our Eye Education segment this week, Vice President of STEM Education, George Giltner, is here with more about the initiative. And George, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Give us the lowdown very quickly on the licensing process. So teachers now, they renew their license. They also need to have some professional development as part of that, right?
Yeah, they have about 5 years to renew their teacher license. And one of the ways they can do that is getting 90 hours, what they call PGP points, professional growth points. Those are typically professional development. They're learning some new skills that they can bring back into the classroom. And there's a new requirement that of those 90, 15 of them have to be work-related hours. And so we had just talked with DOE to say we're giving right now professional development to teachers through our State Robotics Initiative grant, our startup grant. And we've been approved and authorized to allow the professional growth that our teachers go through in our program to count towards those 15 hours work-related
So
points.
It's kind of a win-win, if you will, there for teachers getting those points, but also helping to grow this VEX Robotics program, which has seen amazing growth.
Yeah. At TechPoint Foundation for Youth, we identified that what we do, let's back up, is that we try to identify STEM programs for students to really connect the classroom to careers. And we identified robotics as a great way to do that. And so we provide what we call startup grants to help start a robotics team. And we do three things. We buy the equipment. So this is an example of a robot that we would purchase for a school to put together. And then we train the teachers, which is a really important thing because these are elementary teachers that don't know how, and that's where the professional development goes. And then thirdly, we provide a small stipend to these teachers so that they feel like they're appreciated for doing these efforts.
Absolutely, and the growth of the program, starting from a relatively small number. Indiana's now the leading state. I know former Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard has been a big supporter and proponent of this program.
When we started, we wanted to go elementary to high school. When we started, Indiana had 73 elementary robotics teams in the state of Indiana. 3 years later, we have more elementary and middle school teams than any other state in the entire country. We have about 1,500 elementary and middle school teams, more than California, Texas, Florida. So it's a tremendous amount of growth.
Talk about, in your view, the importance of this robotics program, because it's fun and cool to do, but it really has a number of really impacts.
Well, at TechPoint Foundation, what we're always trying to look for is ways to impact all types of students. We're talking students that are disconnected from the classroom or high-achieving students. And what we enjoy about robotics is it's so multifaceted. You've got to design and create a robot. You have to program it. You have to wire it. And what the great thing about this is this directly relates to the workforce. So the skills that students learn through this one-year program of competing with other teams, building the robot, working and collaborating with their peers and teammates, these are all skills that jobs want to hire. And we have partners, employers that continue to say, we want to hire robotics students because we know they know how to get things done.
Very good. George Giltner is Vice President of STEM Education at the TechPoint Foundation for Youth, and really elevating robotics to the athletics level as well. And not only students, but now teachers getting involved. So a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
George, thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right.